Welcome to another week in the life as an interior designer. I'm a little bit out of breath because I was running around, but it is Monday morning and we have had our first snowfall. So it's just a ton of snow. The roads are not too bad, but I had to drive an hour away to one of my clients' homes to do a rug install on a staircase, and it has been a little bit stressful because typically for staircases and for runner rugs, I'll do a custom size, and it's a custom size to fit the rug or fit the staircase. But for this client and for that custom, anything custom just has a really long lead time. And so it was going to be like 32 weeks to get the rugs. And my client kind of didn't want to wait 32 weeks. And so I went with a different company that I haven't worked with before, and I think we took like 12 by 15 rugs, something like that, or 10 by 14, and we essentially cut them into strips, and we're installing those strips on the staircase now. So they're not custom sizes, and we have to like piece it all together, and it's two staircases, one's in the main house and then one's in the guest house. And of course, instead of ordering the rugs the same width so I could piece them together, I ordered them in different widths. So if you try to piece and lace in the rug to different staircases, it's just not going to work, because then your rug is like this going down and then it's a different size. So I just, in my perfect world, we would have just done custom and we wouldn't have had to like finesse and do all the things. My hair is slowly dying because of the snow, but so it's just a little bit stressful, and I don't know if I'm going to run out of rug, if I'm going to have enough rug. I have no clue. I talked with my installer, and my installer said that for one staircase we will have enough rug, and then for the second staircase we might be a little bit short, and that we might have to use some of the hallway rug to do it. It's just a whole hot mess. And if you're a designer and you're listening to this and you're going against your gut, if your gut is telling you to do something different, follow your gut. That's all you need to know. Follow your gut, because my gut told me that we should just wait for the custom rug to go on the staircases. Just wait the 32 weeks. It sucks, but we should have just waited, so then I'm not like all stressed out about if we're gonna run out of rug. Because of course, if we run out of rug, then to get another rug, it's gonna be very expensive, and I would never charge my client for that. So it's just gonna come out of my pocket, which is totally fine. I'm the expert here, so if things are not working out the way that we thought they would and it's on me, then I'm totally never going to make a client pay. But yeah, it's just going to be more time and more money. So it's just a stressful day, very stressful day. And of course, my meeting, like I said, this project is an hour from me. So I had to go drop off my daughter, and then I had to race out here to meet the installer. And we were supposed to meet at 10:30. And the property manager calls me at 10 a.m. and he goes, "Where's the rugs?" And I was like, "Oh, they're with me. Why?" My hair's driving me nuts. He's like, "Where are you? Where are the rugs?" I'm like, "The rugs are with me. I'm going to be there at 10:30. And he's like, "Well, your guys are already here." I'm like, whose guys? He's like, "Your installers." And I was just like, well, that couldn't be, because they were supposed to come at 10:30, and it's just a whole thing. One second. Okay, I just thought that one of the installers needed me, but he didn't need me. But he just calls me. He's like, "Where are you? You're supposed to be here." I was like, "Oh, the meeting's not till 10:30. He's like, "Well, your installer is already here." And I call my installer, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm here 30 minutes early." I'm like, "Okay, well, I'm not going to be there for another 30 minutes. He's like, "Oh, it's fine. I'll just hang out." But the property manager was very bothered by it. And he told me that if you're not early, then you're late. And so I was like, "No, I'm not late. The meeting is not till 10:30, and it's 10 a.m. So I actually am not late to my meeting that I set up. So it's just already drama this morning. and I've had just so much issues with this property manager. It's just been very challenging. He's not nice, and he's just all up in the mix and trying to make decisions for my clients and just trying to hijack the project all the time. So, and I don't even care if he sees this. I'm like at that point in life. I'm like, I hope you see this, because today was like the straw that broke the camel's back. It's like, I'm the interior designer. These are my trades that I hired, that I brought on the job site. This is my meeting that I put together. So no, I'm not late to my meeting. Okay. So just a little stressful. And it made me upset with my installer for coming early when he only came early because it's snowfall, and he wanted to make sure he got here on time. So I can be appreciative of that he wanted to get here on time. So he got here a little bit early. So it's fine. It's all fine. It's all dandy. I'm going to get a couple clips of them installing. I'm probably going to be here for the next like 2 hours. I'm hoping they get it done today because I don't want to drive all the way up here again. Especially when it's snowing. But yeah, so I'm just gonna do some work on my laptop while they do the install, and I'm gonna try to just recollect, because I tell you, people tell me like, oh, interior design, that must be such a fun job. It is so stressful. It is so stressful, and there's just so many people involved, like from engineers, architects, plumbers, HVAC, audiovisual, the clients. If it's like an affluent client, then they have support staff. So then their support staff's involved. They might have housekeepers, property managers, assistants. All of those people are all involved. And so it's just, I don't know if the builder, like the carpenter, the countertop vendor, there's so many people involved on custom homes. And yes, it's a lot of fun, but it's just so much stress when you have almost like too many cooks in the kitchen. And I always think of it as like, there's a core team. So the core team is going to be your architect, your interior designer, your builder. That's like the core team. And then you have your sub team, which is going to be any of your support positions. So that's like your engineers, your audiovisual, your countertops, your carpenters, your cabinetry, like those are your support staff. So I, by default, on any custom home that I'm on the main staff, if you will. The architect is designing the building, and I'm designing the interior of the building. And a lot of the times I'm designing what materials go on the exterior. So I'm calling out the products that go on the exterior. So it's just high stress. Oh, and of course, these are custom homes, so there's a lot of money involved, like large amounts of money involved. And so it just gets very stressful. But it's nothing new. I've been designing for years and years and years and years. Even before I started my own company, I was designing for other interior designers in my town. And so it really is not anything too crazy that I haven't experienced. I've been on some really crazy projects with really not nice clients. And so thankfully, as stressful as this project is, my clients are so nice, and they're so understanding, and they're so like willing to get the job done, and they trust me to make decisions for them. And so at least the client is amazing, even though some of the supporting staff and subcontractors are like a little bit hard to deal with. So I'm going to go back into this and get some snippets of them installing. And I also have to go to the bank because, of course, I forgot money to pay them. So I have to go back into town, which is only like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, go to the bank, get their money, and all that good stuff. So very stressful, very stressful. Okay, not sure if this is going to be captured, but I just left the job site and the install went good as I could have hoped. Well, not as good as I could have hoped. I could have hoped that it went off without a hitch, but we ran out of rug, which I kind of was anticipating just from like my math. I knew we were gonna run out of rug, and this entire time I was planning on using leftover rug from one staircase to lace it into the other staircase, which would have happened just fine if I would have ordered the same width. And I didn't order the same width, but whatever. Thankfully, we accidentally swapped the rugs for the staircases, which are the same rug color and style. So we were left over with rug that was too big on a narrower staircase, if that makes any sense. And so we do have some left over. I just have to take it to a rug binder, and they're gonna cut it down from 28 to 27 and then rebind it on the sides, and then we'll install it. So I can live with that. I can get down with that. I would rather, if we would have installed the correct rug on the correct staircase, then we would have had too skinny of a rug left over. And of course, if you can't make more rug. You can't make a too narrow rug too wide. I know I'm not speaking correct English, but I'm a little razzled. So thankfully, we have excess rug that can be cut down to the size that we need. The installer was really understanding. He wasn't like bothered by my crazy idea. And he said just text him whenever we need to go back out and do the rest of the install. We only have like a couple of stairs that don't have rug on it, so I think that we can get all of this taken care of in hopefully like a week or less. The clients are not home for the season, so there's not a huge rush on that, thank God. But now I'm heading to pick up my daughter. And like I said, I live an hour, well, her daycare is an hour away from the job site, and so I'm probably gonna be like 10 or 15 minutes late, and the roads are awful. And the lady who watches her goes to the gym on Mondays and whatever days, and so of course, like, me being late puts her behind for her getting to the gym with her personal trainer. I feel awful about it. I feel I'm never late to pick up my daughter. Never. I'm never late to drop her off. I'm never late to pick her up. And so the fact that I'm going to be late really just grinds my gears. This is so crooked, but it's just gonna have to be crooked. And so yeah, that's one of my personal things, is that I don't like to be late. It's a little bumpy, is I don't like to be late to pick her up, but I'm gonna be late today. So, and I hate when I'm late and it affects other people's days and other people's schedules. I try to be courteous of people's time, and of course me showing up 15 minutes late is just not being courteous of her time. And so I feel very stressed out about it. I feel like I want to cry. I'm a crier. So my husband told me I could never be president because I cry too much. And so yeah, I just feel very stressed out, and I'm hoping that once I finally pick up my daughter, and I'm gonna get myself poke to make myself feel better, but hopefully once I pick her up, I'll just feel like a sense of relief for the day. I know that the property manager is gonna call me and like be on me about not finishing the job, but it's okay. Everything's gonna be okay. So anyways, I'm hitting the freeway now, so I will pick up the camera when I pick up my daughter, maybe. Good morning. It is Tuesday morning, and I just got to my office, and I have a meeting in about 30 minutes, and so I'm just getting ready for my meeting and getting all set up with my laptop and whatnot. So yeah, this morning, it's a very gloomy day outside, and I have such a pounding headache. Oh my God, my head hurts so bad. And I'm really not feeling good. And my daughter was not feeling good. Everybody in the house is not feeling good. So I was gonna cancel this meeting, but the show must go on. So let's get all set up. So I haven't been recording too much today. Not a lot has been really going on today. I kind of gave myself permission to have the rest of the day off. So I had a presentation. I didn't videotape the presentation because just wasn't in the mood. And so I had a presentation today. It went great, went off without a problem. And then after that, instead of working for the rest of my work day like I would normally do, I just decided that I was going to go home and like clean, because when you have littles and you work a lot on a lot of different things, I just feel like my house starts to get a little bit out of control, like a little bit ahead of me, and I get like a little bit freaked out because my house is just in absolute utter chaos. And I had like 3 loads of laundry that I needed to put away, because I do my daughter and I's laundry and then my husband does his own laundry. I had like 3 loads of laundry, and then I had 2 loads that needed to be washed, and it was just feeling really overwhelming. And we had like a bunch of recycling that needed to be taken out, and like I had crumbs and cookies and crackers all over the floor from Scarlett. And so I really just needed to like take like a good hour and figure my household out. And there's still so much more to do, but whatever. I got a little bit of the mental stress off. And so now I'm going to pick up Miss Scarlett, and I'm hoping that she's in a little bit better of a mood, because when I picked her up yesterday from childcare, she was in such a horrible mood. She's 16 months, and I'm just like, is it terrible twos? I don't know. I'm like, when do terrible twos come? Because the tantrums and the disdain, I don't know if disdain is the right word, but she just is like mad. She's very angry. And it's almost like she didn't get a nap. Like, that's how she acts when she doesn't get to take a nap. She acts like a psychopath. And that's what she was doing yesterday. And around like 6 o'clock, she was like having an utter meltdown. An utter, absolute meltdown when we were driving back home from Lowe's. And then when we got home, she just kept melting down. Like, so I was like, okay, I'll put you down at 7, which is pretty early for her to go down. and bedtime was an absolute disaster. Normally she's pretty easy to put down for bed. It can be time consuming, but relatively easy, you know. And she just was like not wanting to go into the crib, screaming her head off. It was a whole episode. It was wild. Like, she was like screaming like she was possessed. And I was just trying to calm her down and like relax her and like soothe her, and she was like possessed. So I'm hoping that when I pick her up from childcare today, she's in a better mood and we don't have a repeat of last night, because it takes so much. Like, it takes so much patience, and like I just get to my breaking point. Like, I feel like I get to a wall, like I hit a wall where I'm just like fed up, like just hearing the constant whining, and like she's just mad. She's really mad. She's just angry, and it's so freaking challenging. So challenging. But I probably won't film after this. Today was kind of just a weird day, and I had a really bad day yesterday. Hello, welcome to Thursday. So it is a Thursday morning, and I just dropped off my daughter. Same routine, just dropped off my daughter, starting my work day. Today's an exciting day because I'm looking at investment properties to flip under my firm, my interior design firm. We're gonna look at 2 properties. I wanna buy a duplex and redesign both sides of the duplex. So we're gonna look at properties with my real estate agent, who is one of my really good friends. And I also have a demo meeting. I'm looking to change my project management software for my design business, and so I'm having a meeting just to check out a project management platform called Programma. So I have that meeting. That meeting shouldn't take very long. And then, yeah, I'm sure that looking at properties is going to take up a good chunk of the day. But if I feel up for it, I will get some snippets of the properties if it's not too weird, and just try to take you guys along. So not a lot of client work or design work today, but still very fun. And I've been looking forward to this for like ever. So it's been a long time in the making. So yeah, let's get after it. Yeah, I like that. That's cool. That's cool. That is so nice, because it just helps me manage like the larger projects versus the smaller, more filler projects, and knowing like, okay, I'm in install on like 5 projects. I probably don't want to schedule anything. So I feel like a lot of project